Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is part 2 of the story time of they thought he had brought a gun to work and they thought I was involved. I don't really know what I named it, but I know it's gonna be something along those titles. But this is part 2 of it. This is starting off on when he came back from COVID leave and came back from his little mental breakdown. Oh, what was me break from work. Okay, guys, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I am currently at work, and literally my manager this is like the third time he making this. My manager really just walked by and was looking at me, and I was like, what the fuck is this man just stared at me? I was like, oh, because for some reason he does not wear a vest. So I can't tell him between a manager and like a regular person. So I was like, who is this guy just staring at me while I'm trying to record? Like, okay, mind your business. Like, and then he got close to me. I was like, oh. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna get in the last week. I was like, wait a minute. But anyways, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. But anyway, so basically what he did was he didn't want to come back to work. He felt like he should take a break from marching for a little bit and come back. But again, he didn't have any actual real leave. So what he ends up doing, that's kind of a way to, trick the system or whatever. He ends up calling the COVID hotline saying he possibly might have COVID-like symptoms, and they gave him a week off, to get tested or whatever and come back. So he ended up taking a whole free week of work to try to recoup or, mentally go back to work, whatever. I don't know. Like, I didn't think it bothered him that much, but he ended up taking off a week, and this is what happened the first day of him coming back. He came back. So he comes back, whatever, at my station. The manager sees him, of course. The last thing he has in his head about Dez is he walked out on his job, and after that day, that whole gun thing happened. We didn't know where he was. Only thing he kind of knew was he was just sitting in his car the whole time, and then he's going for another week, and now poof, you're back. So he tells him like, yo, like, where were you type shit, we kind of have on here for your attendance that you're like 3-4 days, nobody never knew. And he was basically just telling him about his attendance and stuff like that. And okay, I'm back. So mind you, I've done the whole COVID leave excuse before. I know how it works. You just call the hotline. They usually leave you a voicemail. You missed the call and nobody's there to pick up. And that's pretty much how I was communicating with them. Mind you, dude told me he never once had a phone call back, nothing back really confirming that his COVID leave was approved or anything. Because right after he left, they actually changed the rules to it's not a week long anymore. It's more so like, I think it was like 3 days long for COVID leave. It wasn't a full week anymore. So I was like, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening. And manager on their end never knew. Didn't know anything. On their end, it looked like he just hasn't been coming to work and not proof he's back. How are we gonna straighten this out? Like, again, they're quick to fire you about attendance, and he would just start arguing with this man about his. He was like, no, that's not true. Didn't COVID call you and tell you that's where I've been? So manager eventually lets it go. He was like, okay, well, I don't know, I guess we gotta straighten it out, because on our end it's just like you haven't been here, like nobody's told us anything. Like, the whole gun thing happens, then poof, After he finished telling him about the whole attendance thing, then he proceeds to tell him that he can't be at my station anymore. He can't be at my station. He feels like he's not gonna be able to work for real. He doesn't get any work done when he's around me. Bro goes off again, and this time it's 10 times worse. He's like, what? That's not true. I work just like the next person. I guess he felt like people think that he likes me, he has a crush on me or whatever. We're like a couple. What? Actually, the lady who trained me, she told me that. She was just like, oh, isn't that your boyfriend? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, I just assumed because I see y'all always together and always talking, y'all was boyfriend and girl. Y'all on the outside looking at it, I love boyfriend and girl. Y'all like a couple. And actually, another lady too. I just remember that too. Yeah, people up there thought we was a couple. I mean, I guess on the outside looking at it, we would look a couple because they're right. We did do everything together. We was always there. We used to work together. We would break together. And a couple times he dropped me home. So we went home. I'm gonna say we went home together. We left together. So anyway, oh, and one of my breaks we actually went out to eat too. So but anyways. So I was just like, yeah, no, you can't work with Tyra. So he got offensive with that because he was just like, oh no, you just think I can't work with her. It's a lot of people, because it was the guy co-worker too. He had started talking to this one girl who was new, who started working up there, like in the part, making the boxes, section, area, department, whatever you want to call it. She was working over there, and they seemed like they was starting to kick it or whatever. So he was just like, nah, you can't do that. You're just acting like me and Tyra the only, two people, like male and female, talking when we got whatever co-worker number 2 talking to this girl, and he probably be distracted and not working as much. And he just trying to like flip the whole story. He was just like, well, actually, since she brought him up in the situation, what he was gonna have them do is actually have both of them switch. Co-worker number 2 is gonna be working with me, and Des was gonna be working with his girl or whoever. So he refuses. He's like, nah, fuck that. Like, make it again, yet another scene. So eventually they just got him working by himself. Like, he's like, now, oh, I wish I could like explain that. So this is the place, right? One corner and one corner. So I was working in this corner, and the building is also like, it's a square. We got corner number, those are all corners. I was used to work in this corner, now working in this corner. So working in this corner, instead of, they were just like, you know what, just work by yourself. So the only part of this square where nobody was working at was like this part. So he wasn't that far from me, but I was like in the corner, and he was like in the middle part of this circle, of the square. If that makes any sense. So they had him like across kind of from me, working all by himself. Nigga was looking heated. So at this point, like I said, he did all this yelling, cursing at the manager. Now they got security. He got security in the club. Now they got security down there in our departments, looking at everybody, specifically him, to the point where it was so fucking obvious. Because I swear to God, I told bro that I was like, at this point, they're literally following this dude. Like, every time he would, do something, go make a box or walk with the pallet, they was walking literally right behind them. Like, they would try to, how people like slick and try to like walk behind you or follow you. Yeah, but I was still peeping and shit. Like, security is literally like following him. Like, this is bad. This is not looking good for Des. I had co-worker number 2 over there with me at this point, and we're just talking like, what? Like, I said, because I'm embarrassed, because co-worker number 2, he's just like, damn, like, I don't know what's wrong with bro. Like, he asking me what's wrong. I'm like, I don't know. He was like, yeah, like, when we was over there talking, like, he was just saying all kinds of crazy shit. Like, it really wasn't that deep. Only thing bro really wanted us to do was switch. I didn't really care, you know what I'm saying? He was the one who was spazzing and just making something that really wasn't something type shit. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in it. I don't know what's going on. Honestly. So yeah, and he was just like, yeah, and it kind of sucks now. He got security all down here, got these white folks like, I know, like, it's bad. That's your man though. Like, that's basically how he said it. Like, that's how everybody was looking at it. Like, but that's your man though, Tyra. Like, that is not my favorite. No, I was scared to go over there. So I'm telling you, I'm just trying to distance myself. So I was like, I don't know, bro. I kept walking past him. I don't know how I wasn't trying to talk to him. Nothing. So it was one point where we had crossed paths, and I was just like, check your phone, and kept walking, like, check your phone. Because I texted him. I was just, because at this point, I'm like, you finna get fired. I'm already know you got these white folks down here. Like, you finna get fired. So I texted him. This is all I text this man and say. I said, if they try to fire you today, ask for a union rep. Now, if you don't know this, I'm tired of saying this, but again, I'm pretty sure I brought that up in my pros and cons video. One thing I liked about Marshall is they're a company that has union representatives where you can join a union. I personally, when I join a job and they say they have a union, I join that shit because you get discounts, you get little perks and stuff, and it's not that much out of your check they take out of to be a union representative, a union member. So I told him, I remember that's one of the reasons why I joined. Cause they said if you feel like you're gonna get, you got fired unjustly or uncalled for, or whatever the case may be, they can help you get your job. They're the only people that can help you get your freaking job. So they can represent anybody. If you're not part of a union, you are part of a union, but of course they'll try to fight for you more if you're actually a part of a membership with them. That only makes sense. So I was telling them, initially, since she's not part of a union, because I knew he wasn't part of the union or whatever, they're initially not gonna really try to get your union representative. But I'm telling you, just because you're not part of it, they still have to, they still have to give you one. They might try to half-ass do it because you're not part of a member with them. That's why I joined, so they wouldn't do me like that. But they still have to do their job and still represent you, no matter you're a member or you're not. Pretty much is what I told them. This dude took that text message and ran with it, y'all. So, make a long story short, I see some different people now. This black lady, and this black man now talking to dude or whatever. They're talking to him for a good little minute. Yeah, I'm minding my business. Like I'm like being nosy, looking at what's going on, but I'm minding my business. I don't know, bro. I'm working. I'm doing my job. Then I see the lady and the man that was talking to him come my way to come talk to me. And I'm like, oh, bro, I don't want nothing to do what's going on with him. Don't come over here. Don't talk to me. So, they do. They come in there and tell me, like, hey, how do I know this? Like, how long we've been friends? Because she was telling me she was under the impression like I was his sister or something. I don't know. I was just like, you know, that's my friend. They was just like, yeah, well, he told us that he wants you to represent him because I'm a union member. Huh? I never said that. I had to explain to that lady. I was like, what do they ask him? I said, get a union representative. He was like, yeah. She was like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, we're a union rep, so he has one. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to be, I'm gonna make this clear. I don't want to be part of this. I don't even know. I really I don't know what's going on for real. I don't care to, like, I don't want to be part of this. Pretty much. Bro comes up now. He's like, oh, did she, like, all excited and shit, like, oh, did she tell you what I told you, that what she told me to tell you? And I was like, I mean, she came up here and told me that you wanted me to represent you and I couldn't do that. They had to represent. He's like, no. Oh, well, this is strike number one. I'm gonna write down that they didn't lie on me about. That's not what I told her to tell you. Honestly, I forgot what he said. I really did, but I don't know. I was just like, bro, what the fuck? What you mean this is strike number one? You finna write it down that they're lying on me for? Oh, I remember what it was. He wanted me just to be there. He wanted me to be there and that I really could be his representative because in the book he read, it says any union member can be a representative. I don't know, y'all. I fucking can't remember. All I know is this boy was going crazy by the minute, by the second. Well, follow me, walk with me. So I was like, oh my God. So I'm walking. And he confessed later. Like, oh, why did you go back and lie to her like that? That's not what I told you to go back and tell her. And then she's like, oh, sorry, sir. Like, God, he's so scared now. Like, he is making his stuff look worse and worse. What did I get myself into trying to have a friend? And this boy is crazy. It's crazy. Like, I feel bad, but I don't want to be part of it. I can feel bad and want my distance. The boy refused to leave the floor if I did not come up there with him to HR. So literally gets dragged in the shit, y'all. Get dragged in the shit. We're walking up there. The lady just, like I said, I can tell she was scared. She was scared. She over here trying to make small talk with us. Like, well, how is y'all day going? We finally get up there, whatever. And it's this Hispanic lady and a couple more people are already up there waiting for like a whole interrogation shit. Like they already waiting. Well, let me not say us, him, waiting for him. And the lady, the black lady, tells her, she's like, you know, she has nothing to do with this. He refused to leave the floor and come with us if she didn't come with him because he's saying that he wants her to represent her. And they're looking like, huh? Are you a union rep? I'm like, no, like, and they were just like, okay, I'm confused. Nobody else. So they were trying to explain to him, like, yo, you got this lady, the black lady there, you got a black guy there. At this point, it had been a couple more people who came up to stuff. They was actually union rep. Like, here's the president of the union. Here's the, and you want her? You got all these people to choose from to represent you. And he was like, yeah, I want my friend. Like, she knows my true intention. I want her because she knows what really been going on. Then y'all can really properly represent me because y'all don't know me type shit. And I'm just like, I don't want nothing to do with this. Please let me go back to work. This is the first time I'm begging to go back to work. Like, and eventually, this other dude who was standing up there with HR, that was part of the HR team or whatever, he comes and he was just like, you know what, ma'am, you can go down there. You can go back to work. I'm sorry to drag you into this. We do not need you. Because he started like really going back and forth with the lady. Because she was like, no, that's not how that works. You know, you got all these union reps. And he was like, no, I read in a book. I read in a book. I need you to bring me a book now and show me where it says I can't have her represent me. It's like he just kept going back and forth. So like I said, eventually this other HR guy who was standing beside her, but was like, you know what, fuck all this shit. We just going back and forth like this, not gonna do no good. Ma'am, talking to me, you can go back to work. Thank you. I'm sorry to get you in this. I'm just like, okay, thank you. Whew, okay, thank you. Like, I don't have nothing to do with this. I literally said that. Before I was walking, when I walked down, I was like, yep, okay, thank you. Like, I don't have nothing to do with this. I don't know what's going on. So, thank you for this. And I didn't get no bugs. I'm sorry if that made him feel some type of way. But I didn't. I don't want nothing to do with this, bro. I go down the stairs, going back to work, whatever. And coworker, she was like, oh, what just happened? Like, I see you moving. I'm like, yeah, right. You trying to, I don't know where he got from in his head that I could represent him. Like, I just started working up here and I, you know, because I'm a union member. He's like, I'm a union member too. And yeah, I'm like you. What? Like, yeah, I know. Like, now you can get active in a member and you can get to that position, you know, but I'm not there. I'm not really active in the membership. But in my head, I'm just like, well, they gotta let him come down for lunch. Like, you know what I'm saying? They did. They had him come down for lunch. I was right. But as to get his stuff to leave, because he has now been suspended, I'm like, what damn? He's like, yep. They suspended me. And they didn't give me a date to come back. I'm like, where they are? He's like, yeah, they told me to. Let me tell you what his dumb ass did. They also tells him that he cannot come back on the property either because he low-key threatens the lady. So the lady says something along the lines, I kind of forgot, guys, this has been some months ago. She said something along the line like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have, you know, if you come on the property or whatever, we will have to call the police. And he makes a comment saying, well, I guess y'all calling the police today, quote unquote, in a joking way, not being for real. And she turned around and said, well, I felt threatened now. And he's talking about, I don't know why she felt threatened because I was just joking. Nigga, what? What? Like, it's that stupid shit like that. I was like, I gotta leave this boy alone. I got to. He's proving me more and more why I need to leave him alone. But he's going now. They didn't give him a date. Talking about he gonna call the police. So he come back on the property to ask him when his suspension's over with. And he feel like he was just done so unjustly because they didn't give him a date to come back. And you know, when you get write-ups and stuff like that, you know, they document all that stuff, and they supposed to give you a copy. And he was telling them that they were supposed to give him a copy and never did. And she was acting like she didn't want to give it to him. And they didn't give it to him, and how, you know, that's illegal. So I don't know, he was just saying all kinds of crazy shit, y'all, on the phone with me, because I was trying to figure out what happened. I'll come back from lunch and your stuff is going now. You know, so I know something happened. So, yep. Got suspended, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I don't sound like you got suspended. It sound like you got suspended indefinitely. You know, that was a nice way of them telling you, bitch, you're fired. So yeah, that's the end of story time. I told him, the last time I really for real talked to him was that day. I said, well, take this moment in time to find you another job. Do some job hunting. I told him how I've been working at Amazon, how I really like Amazon, you know, but I know he didn't live in my area. He lived in a different area. So I was like, that Amazon that's over there. Or, you know, whatever makes you, whatever floats your boat. You know, don't apply for my Amazon, please. Though I don't want to see you. I don't. So, you know, whatever. I even sent him a link to his location, Amazon. Like, still trying to be nice to him. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much the end of that video. After that day had happened, after he got suspended, he went home for the rest of the day. My manager actually pulled me aside when it was time to leave. He was like, hey, Tyra, can I talk to you real quick? And I'm just like, oh, brother. He was like on some for real, like, shit, like, hey, like, I for real want to, like, talk to you, like, is everything okay with Dad's? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, I'm like being serious, like on a real serious note, like not manager, like on a real person to person note. Like, what's wrong with it? I'm just like, you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, I really, like, I know what happened, but I don't want nothing. I don't have nothing to do with it. This type shit. He was like, yeah, like Tyra, like, you know, he likes you, because you know this whole thing kind of much started about you. And I was like, yeah, I heard. He was like, yeah, like, are y'all like seeing each other? Like, you know, I'm trying to make our business. I'm like, no, like, we don't really see each other outside of work. And we never once linked up outside of work. That one time we went out to eat was on break. That one time. I was like, no. And he was like, well, I don't recommend it. Good. I don't recommend it, because you can do better, Tyra. Like, you need to leave him alone. I was like, wow, like, that was so mind blowing. Even a manager. No, all jokes aside, that's some real serious shit. If your manager is pulling you aside on some real shit, like, leave that nigga alone. You need to listen. Like, this is getting real embarrassing now. It really was. It already was. But now it's like confirmed. Like, damn. Even a fucking manager is coming to me like, Tyra, leave this nigga alone. Like, I don't know how much more I need to know to leave this nigga alone. Dead ass. But that is the end of the video. This video is so long too. Oh my gosh. But this is the story time on an update or whatever. Where he is now, I don't know. The video, let me know if anything like that happened to you. I doubt it, but let me know in the comments down below. I hope he doesn't see this video, because I definitely told him when we was working together to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh.